What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in a recent video I did end up going over the ventilated perk. Now I also want to take a look at the lovely extra pump Affix stat, which I would say right now is, well, probably one of the most important or even like the most used Affix stat in this game. So the biggest question is, does it actually make a difference? And the other thing I do want to know though is it truly going to actually be good? And can you really run this on basically any class? Now I would say up until this point, basically everybody is running this on most classes, including myself on pretty much the street tier 2 like Alpha GP, Hypercar, and so on. Now the biggest question I keep asking myself though is I'm sure a lot of players are also asking this, does the extra pump of fixed stat really make a difference? Now spawning outside though, I am going to be running 3 different tests in the lovely Bugatti EB110. The first one I am going to do is I am running a regular live reward sniffer set. I also turned off the driver fixed stat as well because it's only going to be a 4% boost, which I do find kind of insane considering it's one of the lower ones. But the second test I'm then going to do with the driver legend points active. After that I'm then going to have the legend points and the actual like full chemist set on. So the first one right here, guys, let's see. So running this in second gear basically maxed out. First, I do need to go through all of my nitrous to, not have any. So as you will see right now, it is going to take around 6 to 8 business days to get your nitrous back up. I did figure a good way to do this is to basically also stay in second gear. So I wouldn't say getting your nitrous back is going to be incredibly slow, but at the same time, I would say it can definitely be quicker than not having any extra pump stat on at all. And then moving over to run number 2, I am now going to do the exact same thing in second gear with no nitrous. Now for this though, I do have the 40 points on the extra pump in the legend, driver thing. So I do want to see if it's going to be quicker. This is also going to be a 4% boost, and right off the bat, you guys can immediately see it is faster. So it does seem like having this on, even legend points, is going to make a difference than not having anything on whatsoever. Now for the final test though, I am once again going to do this in the Bugatti EB110 using all of my nitrous. This time I'm also running the legend points and having a full chemist set active. Now I would say this is probably going to be kind of odd because yes, it is going to be a 39% boost on the vehicle having extra pump on everything. And I would almost say looking at the bar right now, it does not look like a 39% boost. The reason why I do say that is if you are testing out the regular legend point, that is only going to be a 4% boost by itself. And running that before, guys, I have to admit it did seem to be a bit quicker than not having any extra pump on whatsoever. But what is kind of odd to me though is having a 39% boost, it doesn't seem to be all that quick. And I would say instead of like 6 to 8 business days, you're probably down to 4. And my goodness, you are still getting that package late. But overall though, I do find it kind of odd how it is not going to be all that fast though. I'm actually going to do one more run right now with only the legend points on 4%. I really do find this insane that it really doesn't seem to be all that faster. Now, I did want to jump back in with just the 4% boost on legend points. Now, looking at this right now, guys, you're probably going to notice that, yeah, it's almost going to be similar. What I would say right now, this might honestly sound like a bit of a stretch. That is not going to be a 39% boost on extra pump. Is it going to be more with, not only having legend points and like the extra pump parts itself? Yes, that is probably going to make a difference having it on there, but I do think having a 4% compared to a 39%, it really isn't going to be all that much quicker having that on the vehicle. Now, the one thing about extra pump is it is probably going to be one of the most important, like I guess you could say, builds for basically every single class in this game. I would say at this point, basically everybody is running an extra pump build, with having pure on the vehicle as well, which by the way, I will be going over all of the other fixed stats in the game, including pure, so do stay tuned for all of those. But overall, guys, I have to admit, extra pump doesn't really seem to be making a huge difference having everything on the vehicle. Like having a 39% boost, you'd most likely expect it to be a lot quicker, but having a 4% boost on just the legend points alone seems to be pretty dang quick compared to having an entire set and the legend points active. So at this point though, I guess we could say the extra pump perk is most likely not working fully as intended. I would also like to know what you guys think about the extra pump perk in the comments below. Do you think it is working 100% on a 39% boost, or do you most likely think it's going to be slightly bugged and it should be quicker?